comments that were made just a few moments ago had to do with taxes in the school district.
Right.
And I wanted to give you a chance, Mr. Sable, to talk about that. Just as a school board representative, that you can maybe provide us with some information related to that.
Yeah, thank you, Russ. You know, there's a lot of aspects we're taking into consideration tonight. You folks are bringing forward many, many great points. But one of the other perspectives that I look at as we're considering this is the fact that if you realize that South Park is 9.27 square miles of property. There's 640 acres in 1 square mile. The park, which is a tax exempt parcel, pays no taxes to the township or the school district, but it comprises 2,000 acres. When you add the other non-taxable property, whether it's from the nettle plant or property that's owned by the school district or the township or the churches or the other parks or the roads, that's another 500 to 750 acres. That's 2,500 to 2,750 acres. That comes down to about 3.9 to 4.3 square miles of property. Now, why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because I know of no other community or school district in our region that has 43 to 46% of its property tax exempt. So what that means is that all of us in here who pay taxes are doing the heavy lifting. The residential taxpayer is doing the heavy lifting because we have a small commercial industrial base. So as we're considering all of the situations, one of the things that occurs to me that I need to measure is what's the value of this property when it brings tax dollars in to help provide some relief to all of the taxpayers in the community. The more property, you know what, all I'm asking you is to let me share this thought with you. So what's happening is, I know through my calculations, based upon 108 homes being in there, probably averaging around $300,000 with a common level ratio of 54%, would bring in annually, once the plan is complete, somewhere between $500,000 to the school district and over $54,000 to the township, which means that's helping money coming in, helping the other taxpayers make these commitments, because we need vital services for the school district. Educating kids today is not like educating kids even 10 years ago, with all of the complications that are currently in place, and that means we need more money to make that happen. We are updating our facilities and we're doing things to make that all happen, but I've got to take into consideration what this type of a development brings forward to the entire community. And I understand your points, and you're making some very, very strong points. I'm taking into consideration the other side of what the asset part of having a development like this happen and how it impacts all of the taxpayers in the community. So what I'm trying to say to you is, when you have 63 miles of road or 145 acres that's owned by the school district, and another 238 acres owned by the nettle plant, and another 15 acres owned by the township, that's a lot of tax exempt property. I know of no other community in our region that has 43 to 46% of tax exempt property. So it relies on the residential taxpayer to carry the load. And we need that money, and we have opportunities to consider plans like this when we're talking about helping the school district provide services to the children of the community and provide critical services that the township has to provide to the community. So there's that aspect that we need to consider as a part of this entire proposal. And somewhere along the line, we got to find how this works. But I needed to raise those points with you because those are other pieces to this that you may not be aware of, but we are aware of. And I just wanted to share that with you from my perspective, because from my perspective, what's at the top of my list are the children in this township and the taxpayers in this township. And that's where I because you can't discount this and not take this into consideration.
How many houses are in
I'm sorry.
Summit Station? How much money did you get from Summit Station? How many houses?
People don't want this.
Did our taxes go down?
Looks like
How about
garbage.
this new
You
plan?
need to
That's
say
another
that loud,
100.
Tim, because that's what happens when we have to go back and pay for all the special needs that we have for the school district and the township. The only other option we have is to raise the taxes. If the community is ready to
See
do
how that worked out.
that's something we need to be, I need to inform you. I'm only trying to inform you. I'm not trying to alienate you. I'm just trying to
Okay,
inform you.
one thing.
Say that again, Jason?
Can I make a quick comment since I brought up school taxes?
Sure.
So Pat, with all due respect, we just had Summit Station and Villas of South Park, Summit Station, a massive development. So we just had two massive developments that should help offset school taxes. And if you want this, put it somewhere else. Don't put it in CBL.
Yeah.
That money was used to help pay for the renovation of the middle school, to re-up the whole project regarding the stadium, eliminating the old high school and building a new facility there. We're putting a 20 classroom expansion onto the elementary school. You know, we can't do that without raising taxes, and that's where the money came from. Summit Station was like something that we weren't anticipating till it happened, but those provided us the resources between there, the villas at South Park, of bringing big monies into the school district to help pay those debt obligations.
I had wanted to let Mr. Sable speak because I know there's been comments about school taxes and the services and can our school district handle the influx of students that may come from this. And I wanted you to hear from him what the school district sees. So there is room to handle the influx of students that
There
this
is.
would cause.
There it is.
And from a tax perspective, for the, as Pat was saying, from the township perspective, from us as residents, it does help from that standpoint. That was the entire point of asking Pat to speak, was just to enlighten everybody that yes, we have room in our school district as it sits today and what is being built at the moment to accommodate growth that is going to occur organically throughout the entire township. So,
Mr. Chair, can I respectfully request that we get back to the
yeah. So, are there any other South Park residents